Hey, it's Jeff Summers with Watch You Know, and today a full review of the Orient Ray 2. I have the blue version here, and in this video I'm going to give you an overview of the watch, give you all kinds of close-ups, and tell you everything you could possibly need to know about it. Then I'm going to take it out into the sunlight, let you see what it looks like out there, and finally I'll give you my opinion. If you just want to fast forward to the opinion or see the watch outside, you can click on the little time links below in the description. Otherwise, just sit back and enjoy the video, and if you like it, please consider subscribing to the channel. Let's waste no more time and get right into it. This watch has dimensions as follows. 41 millimeters in diameter, actually 41.5 to get specific, if you need to know that half millimeter difference. 13 millimeters tall. Lug to lug, it is 47 millimeters, and the lug width 22 millimeters. I have the blue dial. The watch is available in 3 variations. The blue, as you see here, a black dial, and the black on black bracelet, which is called the Ray Raven 2. So this beautiful blue dial is dark and sunburst effect. We have a day-date complication, and notice that it is separated. You have 2 windows that are completely separated, which is an extra touch. There is lume on the watch, and the lume is on the lume pip, which is right here, and on the hands, which we have kind of a syringe second hand and a sword minute hand and almost like a dagger hour hand. The watch is water resistant to 200 meters. The bezel has an aluminum insert, and it's 120 clicks. And yes, it's a tough bezel to turn compared to a lot of the other watches that I own that are dive watches, of course, but not as bad as what some of the other reviews may have you think. What is as bad, or maybe I'd say worse, is the crown. The crown is not easy to screw back in. It's a little easier to unscrew, and when we unscrew it, show you the operation of the watch here. Notice too, it's hacking and hand winding as well. So when you pull it all the way out, that's how you can adjust your hands. Go back in another position. We have where we can change the date by bringing the crown towards you, and by pushing the crown away, we have the day, which you can see that it is in Spanish and English. Pushing the crown back in is quite a chore, and I'm not even going to attempt it with these gloves. And this is an important warning to you. Make sure that you get that all the way screwed in. If not, water can easily leak into there, and that could be a tragedy for this watch. That's an important thing. So I'm going to go ahead and screw it down without my glove. See how easy or difficult this is. And it is not easy. I had to use a tremendous amount of force to do that. What? Oh, it's Gumby. Hello, Gumby. We have a guest. Gumby sometimes likes to join us in the reviews. So. All right. Mineral crystal on the glass here. It is not domed. We do see from the side that the bezel is highly polished, as well as the side of the watch, and there is the company logo there, as well as, of course, on the dial. And just a brief tidbit on that logo. The logo is there's two lions holding up a shield. The lion on the left represents the company Orient. The lion on the right represents the dealers and partnerships that Orient has made to sell it to the customer, which is represented by the shield, which has the O in the middle of the shield. The movement is an Orient F6922. All Orient movements are made in-house, and that's a little bit of a rarity for watches of this price range. Seiko does it and Orient does it, but you got your big boys like Rolex and Omega. They're all making their movements in-house as well. And this does have similar Rolex Submariner look to it. Let's go ahead and put the pip on top. There we go. And the movement will give you 40 hours of power reserve. It beats at 21,600 vibrations per hour, has 22 joules, and considering the price, it's accurate enough. I feel you could lose 15 seconds a day and gain as much as 25 seconds. Hacking and hand winding. On the back, we see the two dolphins that are circling each other. So the movement is not exposed. It's not a tremendously amazing looking movement as far as that goes. Anyways, the bracelet is highly polished down the middle and on the sides. And it does have hollow end links with the clasp that is pretty easy to open and close. Voila, just like that. See that nice snapping sound? It's not gonna, I've worn this watch for a few weeks. It is not coming off if you don't want it to come off. To get it off, it's pretty easy. 4 micro adjusters. The watch is made of 316L stainless steel. Got the Orient logo there. You get a 1-year warranty with the watch. This watch cost me about $140, and on the website for Orient, it's somewhere around $170. Orient has been around since 1950, with its origins tracing all the way back to the Yoshida watch shop when Shigeru Yoshida opened the Yoshida watch shop back in 1901. So there you have it. I'm going to take this watch outside and then I'll tell you my opinion in the wrap-up a little bit later. Let's get a close-up and I'll see you outside. Well, we're out here on the farm with the Orient Ray 2. What a great watch. As far as bang for the buck goes, you really can't beat it. And this is what it looks like outside. Excellent. Nice job, Orient. All right, I've had this watch for a couple weeks and I could really give you my opinion. One of the things that I love about this watch, the blue dial. It is a gorgeous shade of blue. I've seen many different shades of blue. This has to be my most favorite. And it looks fantastic in the sunlight and it looks fantastic in fluorescent lights. It looks just fantastic everywhere. I also like the finishing of the watch. It's super well done for the price. You got the polished sides of the watch. The bezel is beautifully polished. It's just gorgeous to look at. Or there's actually 2 lines that run down the center of the bracelet that are polished. It's beautiful. I love that it's an in-house movement on a watch that's $140. That's incredible to have an in-house movement. Seiko does it. And if you go far enough up the chain, Seiko and Orient have some relationship to each other. If you want an in-house movement beyond like a Seiko, you're gonna have to probably be purchasing something like a Frederic Constant or an Alpina or a Zenith. Obviously the big boys are Omega, Rolex, Patek, AP, those are all made in-house. But $140 getting in-house movement, that's spectacular. It's a great movement for the money. And that's something that is definitely the case with this watch. It's a tremendous bang for the buck. I mean, $140 and you're getting all this with that beautiful lume, the Lumibright, and everything else I've mentioned. Now there are two things which you have to know, because I gotta let you know about these two things, and they're not good at all. All right, one is the time and day changeover to the watch. It takes absolutely forever for this watch to change the day and the date. Come on, Orient, it should not take that long. The other thing I don't like about the watch, which is a big problem, other reviewers have mentioned it, I agree with them, the crown is way too small and it's extraordinarily difficult to screw down. Often when you screw it down, you're not certain that it's all the way screwed in, and that could be catastrophic to the watch if you take it underwater, because that's where water is going to leak in first and destroy the watch is in that crown. So that's the purpose of the screw down crown, so that we don't get water leaking in there. But if you can get past that and the forever changeover with the day and the date, you have a fantastic watch that is worth every bit of $140 that Amazon's charging and the $170 that Orient charges. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, and have a great day, evening, night, whatever time it is, and I'll see you in the next watch review. Bye.